long after that because they invaded Europe and the war was over. But in 1947, Admiral Richard Byrd, how many's ever heard of him? Well known, 1947. He led 4,000 troops from the U.S., Great Britain, Australia. He led these troops to the South Pole. Now this is fact. This is something that you can get on the internet and check it out. It's a fact. It happened. And it was called Operation High Jump. When Admiral Byrd went down there, whatever the outward purpose might have been, in other words, whatever they might have told the public they were going for, is not necessarily why they went. They went to the South Pole right after World War II. When they got to the South Pole, something happened down there that upset this admiral, this well-seasoned commander, that upset this man. And he reported in a newspaper in El Mercurio in Santiago, Chile. It was reported in this newspaper, an interview with the admiral. And the admiral said that he saw flying objects that could fly from pole to pole at enormous speed. Now that's not coming from a wino on Fifth Avenue. That's coming from an admiral. His reputation is involved. Okay? At the South Pole, all right, just the other day at the South Pole, something else happened. About 2 weeks ago, started hearing rumors that strange microwave transmissions were being detected. Eventually, it was discovered these transmissions were coming from about 100 feet below the ice, 15 miles from their station. Station is in the South Pole. An expedition was sent to location to investigate the area. What they found were not only microwave transmissions, but also radioactive activity, as well as a tremendous amount of heat originating below the ice, which was melting the ice. This is when it all got really strange. Within days, a team was sent from the U.S. with heavy earth-moving equipment. It was all classified, and only a few members of the station are privy to what was going on. That team and their equipment was sent to the location, probably to dig up whatever was under the ice. About 4 hours after their team and equipment went to the site, they all came back. There were 18 of them, and 7 of them had to be treated by a doctor for some sort of radiation poisoning. What is more disturbing is the look on the faces of those team members, as well as the look on the faces of the few guys at the station that are in the know when they returned. They all looked like they saw a ghost, totally scared and acting erratic. This is an area totally off limits to us, as is being guarded by the U.S. military. Rumor is another team from the U.S. is coming to rescue the investigation from the Army Corps of Engineers, and so forth and so on. It's all over the internet. Now, I cannot authenticate how much of all of that is true. Operation High Jump is true. Something was going on at the South Pole. Something is going on this earth. Something is going on right now that's preparing the world for the greatest deception that's ever come on planet Earth.
That's right.
Remember what God said in 2 Thessalonians chapter number 2. For this cause, I, God, shall send them strong delusion. Say it one more time. I do not believe that anything lives up there in the sky above principalities and powers and spiritual wickedness in high places. I do not believe that little green men inhabit some Nibiru planet out here, billions of light years off in some far distant galaxy. I don't believe that. I believe that this is demonic, but it is sophisticated, very sophisticated. Now, what's happening is that things are happening right now that are being in preparation for the day when it all busts loose and the great deception takes place. Somehow or another, Satan has got to explain what happens to all these believers when they're gone? What happened to them? If he can cause the world to believe that it is directly related with some kind of a supernatural star child, a UFO, some kind of a thing, whatever scenario you can imagine, that all these people were caught up because of that, into that, and we're going to follow them, like those that went up to the Hale-Bopp comet and they laid down with a shroud on them and committed suicide because they were going to meet at the Hale-Bopp comet. All kinds of weird people would do anything, especially people that don't know the Bible. That is another thing that causes me to believe that the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ is drawing near. The world is ready for an Antichrist.